Hi, my name is Anna Scanlon, and you might know me from my YouTube channel, Anna in Wonderland, or you might have been given this link from somebody else and you wanted to come check out and see my side of the story and what was going on. In this video, I'm going to talk about why I am instigating a civil suit against Charles Elias Marlowe, or Vegan Cheetah, and kind of give you a little bit of background on that and my side of the story and why I am soliciting funds for that. Firstly, before I go too far, I know that I could explain this later on in the story, but I know a lot of people are going to get bored and click out. So I do want to address that this is not about suing someone over hurt feelings. This is about the fact that someone has done something illegal and the court system and the police have failed to protect myself and other people. This is also about making the internet a safer place, making the vegan community a safer place. I have had many people come to me say that they appreciate me doing this because they have wanted to make YouTube channels, they have wanted to make YouTube videos, but they're scared to do this because they know that people can make up lies and slander, and it can have a lasting impact on their reputation, on their day jobs. And if we don't hold people accountable, then how are we going to stop this from happening? It means that people have carte blanche and free range to sexually harass people, say illegal things, and just do whatever they want in the name of their own channel. So I'm going to just kind of give you the rundown on my side of the story and why I can't do this for cheaper or do this more quietly. I know a lot of people have asked me to do that, but unfortunately I have tried that, and Charles still has the power to stop all of this. He can make a video saying, I rescind what I said about Anna Scanlon, I made it up, it is a lie, and take down all of the traces of it on the internet. He can apologize specifically to other people as well. He has been given the opportunity several times to do that, but it seems that he would rather see this taken forward to court for whatever reason. So that is what I am planning to do. I have had a YouTube channel for a while now. I've been chronicling my life living abroad, my life as a PhD student. In April of 2016, I decided to take the plunge and go vegan. I have a lot of health issues. I've had 4 surgeries in the past 2 years, and because of that, I spent a lot of time in the house. I wasn't able to go out a lot, so communicating online and talking about veganism and making videos was a great way to kind of reach out to people and form a little bit of a community. When I joined the vegan community, I could see that there were some issues already with it, as a lot of you already know, with the whole Raw Till 4 scandal, all that stuff, and I found a lot of the philosophical discussions about veganism very interesting. As I have been studying human rights for quite a long time, I saw it as kind of an extension of human rights. I found the whole intersectional ideas and things like that very fascinating, and I really wanted to engage in it. So Charles came onto the scene in the summer of 2016, where he kind of exploded, talking about a lot of these issues that really resonated with a lot of people within the vegan community. He and I were never particularly close. At one point, I think he invited a bunch of people to a live broadcast that I did. He kind of inspired me to do a live broadcast at one point. He invited his audience over and we hung out in a live broadcast. I sometimes spoke to his brother on YouTube and they commented on my videos here and there. As time progressed and he kind of ran out of content with the Freely drama, he kind of moved into making fun of people's physical appearances, talking a lot about things that I didn't really feel like really were his business to be talking about, so I kind of just distanced myself from him. And he really wasn't a part of my life and really didn't affect my life in any way. I want to emphasize that we have never had any kind of private contact with one another. I sent him a DM one time about the Get Upset girls, but other than that, we have never had private contact with each other. Moving forward, he addressed an issue that had to do with someone actually in the community passing away. I expressed in a video I didn't feel like this was a drama and something that he should be covering, and he commented on it. And he didn't really acknowledge that, he acknowledged something else, and we kind of just moved on from that, and that was, the end of it. A couple months later, I was added, or maybe it was a couple weeks, I'm not exactly positive, I was added to a Facebook group by somebody that I used to be close friends with, who was also a YouTube content creator. Now, this person didn't like Vegan Cheetah, Charles, I really wasn't paying attention to that stuff, so I had really no idea that there was a beef going on between them. Within that group, we just spent a lot of time talking about YouTube content creating, talking about vegan sushi, just different things like that. At some points, there were some people in there who had been already harassed by him, not to the scale that I was harassed by him, but they had already been having fake stories made up about them. I believe he made up a story about someone flashing their genitals, so obviously he has a history of doing this to someone else. He had made up a story about people being in a relationship. So people who had already been a victim of him were kind of like joking about him. And I was kind of like, oh, that's really like shady. I'm not too excited about him doing this to people. And at one point I expressed my opinion on not being too excited with the way that he handled the video on the death of this member of the community. Now, because the vegan community has been infiltrated by a lot of people who, like, legitimately, I'm not saying this in jest, like legitimately I think have mental health issues, people were taking screenshots of the group and sending them to him. He blew this way out of proportion, and he made up this story about how we were planning to assault him on some level, even though a good chunk of us live in the United Kingdom or across the country from him. We were still somehow planning this assault on him. I don't believe that anyone actually believes that any longer. If you do, God help ya. But the proof was that a friend of mine was joking about using ad blocker on some of his videos. When he freaked out about this, I reached out to him and I told him, oh my gosh, I reached out to him on Twitter and I told him, oh my God, like, I think you really have this mixed up. I didn't do anything. I don't know if someone had said something that I've missed in the group or what. And he told me to go fuck myself. So I was like, okay. I get where this is going. So he decided that he was going to make a video exposing all of us. He called me at that point a psychopathic witch, and that I needed to be denounced and all this stuff. And his proof was the screenshot that I was talking to someone he really didn't like, and that I said I disapproved of the way he handled the death of this woman. At that point, there's nothing that can be done because it's, you know, not illegal to be an asshole. And that's something that I kind of want to stress in this video. It's not about someone, you know, being butthurt that someone has hurt your feelings. It's much more than that. You know, it's not illegal to be an asshole and say these things about me, but it is illegal to do what it progressed to. In this video, he also released the private information of several people. There were several people in the group that are not YouTubers. He has a fan base at that time of over 35,000 people, and he put their full names and their Facebook picture. He also put a picture of my boyfriend in the video and a couple of other things, and people were not very happy with it. So I joined in and I reported the video. So myself, along with several other people who had personal information released, they had the video taken down because it was a violation of terms of service to blast someone's name if they have not given you consent or if they are not already a public figure. Later on, I admitted that I was one of the people who filed a privacy claim against him, and he was livid. He felt that this meant I was trying to take away his income, and because he's a former felon, he can't do, you know, other jobs because people don't hire felons. I don't have an issue with anyone having a YouTube. I really have no issue with anyone having a YouTube channel. I'm not trying to take down anyone's career options, career opportunities. You just have to follow the rules. That's it. You know, you can't publicize people's private information. So he then was very angry with me and said that I had denounced him in the worst way possible, as though we had been, you know, somehow like best friends, and I'd turned my back on him or whatever, even though we'd never really had that much of a relationship with each other. It's at this point that things kind of turned a bit more serious. He decided that he was going to make up a rumor that the reason why I reported his video was not because there was private information in it, but because I had exposed myself to him on Skype and he had rejected me. He and I have never spoken on Skype. You will not find any call logs, any records of it, because it never happened. As time went on and he saw that his audience was kind of loving it, he made these Tumblr posts which were a bit longer and a bit more embellishing about what he said had happened between us. Apparently, I told him that I hate him, but I just can't stand the sexual tension and I just want to get naked with him on Skype. Revealed my genitalia to him, that I had asked him to do me in the butt, among other things. He wouldn't relent on this. He kept kind of making this. Then he did a broadcast, a 2-hour broadcast in front of probably 1,000 people, talking about this imaginary event, making songs about it, saying that I had cheated on my partner, telling me that he didn't understand why I would live so far away from my family if I was just going to be with somebody, if I was just going to cheat on them with him. And he says he doesn't encourage his audience to do this, but of course, with a large fan base, especially who are very young and impressionable, they came over to me, commented on my videos, talking about what a horrible slut I am, how they're so disgusted by me cheating on my partner, how they are disgusted, how they can't believe I have such a vendetta against someone because I tried to show them my genitals and they refused to look at them, you know, whatever.
Actually a 4th video. And a scam artist is just mad because one night on Skype she asked if I wanted to watch her, touch herself, and I said no. I don't know you like that. And she went and did it anyway, and I hung up on her. So whatever she said, she knows it's a lie because she's just upset I didn't want to talk to her like that. She's crazy, like legit insane. Talk about her boyfriend. She literally Skyped me and she was like, Cheetah, like, you know, I don't really like you, but I don't know what it is about you. It's just, it's really hot. So, you know, I laughed about it because I thought she was kind of just joking with me or whatever. So I laughed about it and she was like, no, like, I don't even like your fucking videos, but you're like so fucking hot, Cheetah. And I was like, well, thank you, I appreciate that. It's like, you know, kind of keep yourself. And then she was like, get naked. You know, I mean, this was within the span of like 2 or 3 minutes. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that right now. And she was like, she was just like, come on. I was like, no, it's just like, not feeling it. I don't really know you. And then she literally like took her hands off and, you know, she was like holding him up.
I kind of hit a pinnacle when I went live one day on YouNow just to talk to my audience, and he was broadcasting live at the same time. Under a different screen name, he was watching me and laughing, showing his audience, talking about how pissed I am and how funny it is.
There she is. She's pissed. Look, she's so pissed at me. What? You are shady. You're ridiculous.
Then he encouraged his audience to come over to my channel. At this point, he called me a liar. He encouraged his audience to chime in. I was threatened with phone calls to my family, phone calls to my university, phone calls to other people in my life. I was accused of being a scam artist because he has invented this cute little nickname for me called Anna Scam Artist. I had people take pictures of me and write scammer over the top of it. Even though I'm not really sure what I'm scamming. He's commented on videos about my surgeries. He knew that I had had surgery on my bladder, so he decided to tell everyone that I had a colonoscopy bag, which has nothing to do with your bladder and is not even a thing, but he thought that was funny. His audience, because I have an autoimmune disease as well, and I was suffering from angular colitis at the time, his audience chimed in and said that I had herpes. So Martin Lewis made a video on it, kind of exposing him and how obviously this is a lie. I did leave out, sorry, that I guested with him at one point, and he said, "Oh, I'm so sorry that I rejected you and you're so angry about it, but I don't know what else to do," trying to play, the good guy. And I told him, if we've Skyped, I have my Skype open, you can hear it, I opened it, and I said, "Please Skype me." "Oh, no, I don't want to Skype you because you'll dox me." "Please Skype me. I'm telling you, please Skype me." No. "Oh, no, you'll do something to my computer. I really don't want you to Skype me." But the thing is, if I were going to dox him or do something with his computer or hack him, I would already have the information. His audience, of course, was loving it, chiming in, saying, "Don't call her, she's gonna hack you, do all this stuff."
You seem upset.
Can you guys see me and hear me?
And basically, he's just picking on her and trying to manipulate his audience to make them think that he did, she did try to seduce him on Skype. But it's really funny because liars always, look around when they're trying to make a bullshit story. Not all the time, but 99.99% of the time, a bullshit artist cannot look into your eye and talk about it. So you can tell in his eyes, like body language, is moving his eyes along a bit. And that's not the only evidence I fucking have, by the way. But he was doing that.
If I had Skype sex with you, you would have my Skype name.
We didn't have Skype sex because I hung up on you. I hung up on you.
As time went on, Martin Lewis made a video about it, calling him out because obviously it was fake. I was getting all these people coming into my chat all the time, coming into my videos, accusing me of doing this, making fun of me for it. So at that point, I just decided enough is enough. I'm going to go off YouTube completely. Later on, it was kind of revealed that he had been lying about me by a woman called Staying Alive. It's like a very weird story, but she had said that she found out he was lying and had offered to incriminate me with false evidence and make fake chat logs, I guess, of the two of us, and he declined. I came back very briefly when that happened to talk to this woman who half-heartedly, half-assedly kind of apologized to me, and I said, "Okay, sorry, I think for a bit there was something wrong with my camera, so you have a few minutes of kind of blurriness." At this point, I had already contacted a lawyer. I had contacted the police in his area. I had contacted the cyber crimes unit because all evidence point to the fact that making up a lie about someone in a sexually charged way and stating it as fact is in fact illegal. So I tried to get them to stop the sexual harassment. Nobody would do anything. At one point I did, someone gave me his probation officer's information because he was on felony probation, and his probation officer said that he could not do anything. So yes, I did try to handle this for free. I called several lawyers who, in New York State at the time, because he was living in New York State, and lawyers in the United Kingdom where I live, about a possible defamation case. All of them said that I do have a case, but they would want a really large retainer, partially because he is not famous or wealthy, so there's really not a lot to be gained from it. I may not, win any money. They don't really do no-win, well, not really. Nobody does no-win, no-fee for defamation cases like this. If I were to sue for, like McDonald's, the president of McDonald's or something for defaming me, yes, people would take on the case. I was advised that because he was in contempt of the law, I would win if the case was taken on, but it would be very expensive. So because I knew it was going to be expensive, I talked to some other people who are lawyers who are like friends of mine who work in different kind of areas of law, and they all confirmed that people don't really do no-win, no-fee. for cases like this because there is not a lot of money in winning. So the person who is being victimized kind of has to pony up the money. And that's where I really take issue with this, and that's part of the reason why I'm going forward with this, because you shouldn't be allowed to be sexually harassed and have the police sit there and do nothing, have someone's probation officer sit there and do jack shit, and have all of these, you know, internet privacy complaints placed against them and have nothing done. I also contacted YouTube, YouNow, and Tumblr, none of which would take the information off the internet. At one point when you Googled me, it has been taken down. I did want to emphasize that because I know a lot of people are saying that I am lying about this, and I will put a screenshot here. At one point when you Googled Anna Scanlon, it would come up Anna Scanlon vegan. The second thing that would come up there would be Anna Scanlon accused of offering sex. But there was nothing that I could do at this point unless I had a bunch of money. At that point I didn't know how much, but I was quoted between $6,000 and $10,000 for a retainer. I know that some people, you know, all of a sudden everyone is a legal expert and they're telling me that, you know, that's not the case, or why can't you find someone to do it for free? That's the reason. I tried to solve it civilly. I tried to solve it without going forward, taking it forward into this, but this is the only way that it can be taken seriously, unfortunately. So at that time, after it came out that this person was trying to be an accomplice to him to make fake evidence, I did come back, and then I kind of went away. I decided there's no point in pursuing it because if I try to do a fundraiser, people are just going to say I'm a scam artist, that I'm doing this for attention, that I'm doing it for hurt feelings. So I was like, you know what, it's just not worth it. Let's just move on with our lives. Fast forward to February of this year, which was only a few days ago. He went live again, repeating the lie.
Staying Alive even offered me, and I don't want to go through it right now, but I could probably find the receipts for that.
I heard talk about this.
Well, Staying Alive had offered to, Photoshop receipts for me so I could prove my story. I declined. I never used any fake receipts. I kept telling Anna there are no receipts because I blocked you, and we never did anything on camera or whatever. But Staying Alive had offered to,
Why did you say those things about Anna?
About what? That she tried to sexually harass me on Skype?
Yeah.
Why did I say those things?
Yeah.
Because she had denounced me in some of the worst ways possible, and I thought her viewers should know what she's really about.
So you stand by those comments?
I stand by those comments. Oh. Gina, thank you for the applause. I appreciate it. And the other thing is, too, if she had nothing to hide, you got to think about this, Traveler. If she had nothing to hide, why did she disappear? Why did she shut down her entire YouTube channel? Right?
Because a lot of people can't handle this crap.
Well, then don't be trying to flash me your pussy on Skype and don't attack me on social media. That's, it's pretty fucking simple. I thought people would have learned this by now. Look what I'm doing to Vegan Canes. Literally butt raping him and pulling out his pink sock, social media wise. And one of these days people will learn, but we'll just have to.
About Staying Alive. She's admitted that she offered to do that, make you a fake document incriminating Anna.
Yeah, well, Staying Alive has offered to do shit like that. So I'm just saying, that's what I know. I'm not telling you what to do or who to talk to or whatever, but that's what I know.
It's at this point that I want to address the allegation that he has blocked me on all social media because I had been harassing him. I've never spoken to him privately. I have never spoken to him really publicly. Maybe a couple of tweets were sent to him, but that's about it. So he alleges that I have harassed him, but I'm going to put in a couple screenshots, or as you can see here, he was actually blocked from my Facebook, and you can't, if the other person's blocked you, you can't block them. He was also blocked from my Instagram, and he did not block me on Twitter until I asked him to please stop talking about this case. As you can see on my Facebook, he is the last person here who is blocked. And here I am on Twitter warning him that I will sue him if he doesn't stop talking about it and rescind it. And that was on February 28th of this year. And you can see all of our conversations between one another. Stemming from that, I had some of his followers accuse me of sexually assaulting him. And it's just, I don't know, it's not right. So that's when I decided that I was going to actually pursue this. I don't think it's fair that people can be sexually harassed and have malicious sexual lies spread about them, and they have no control over it. And there's nothing that we can do because we're smaller YouTubers and he's a big YouTuber and he can, you know, do whatever he wants. So just to answer a few of your questions really quickly, people have asked me if you have a PhD or if you have just finished a PhD, what are you doing on the internet? I don't really know how to answer that question. I haven't been teaching for the past year, so all I've been doing is polishing and revising my thesis that has already been graded. And I don't finish until June, or I don't officially graduate until June. And I haven't been teaching, so that's why I'm on the internet. People have also asked why I didn't use a pseudonym. I didn't use a pseudonym because I make videos that I was not proud to put out, that I wouldn't be, you know, ashamed of an employer seeing, videos that have to do with the subject matter that I am studying and teaching on. So, you know, I thought it might be, you know, a good way to show that I am engaged with social media and I know how to use it for an educational purpose and things like that. And I didn't think it would be a problem. People also ask, why are you clogging up the court system for just doing something that you are like hurt about? And to be honest, it's not just me who he's made up these lies about. One of my close friends, he said that she was a prostitute and a meth head and a stripper, and that she had cock on her breath all the time. So she has a case. She does. She can join this if she wants. I'm not going to say her name, but I'm sure a lot of you know who she is. He accused other women of broadcasting naked because they didn't like something that he had said. And generally, he's just been, you know, a menace to the YouTube community. He's relentlessly made fun of people's appearances, had his audience go over to other people's channels. He's made fun of people's suicide attempts. He has, you know, called people names, scam artists, murderers, rapists, stalkers, all sorts of things. And I don't think it's fair that someone can get away with doing this. So why am I asking for so much money? That's like one of the things. I know someone or two other people did cases where they asked for money as well. Those two people lived in Thailand, so their retainer was obviously going to be cheaper and the by the hour was going to be cheaper. Somebody had commented saying that they worked in this kind of law and the lawyer was obviously trying to scam me, or I was trying to scam other people. If I were trying to scam other people, I would be arrested for this. I believe some people were just arrested for doing something similar. So if I were trying to scam, I would be arrested. I will put information to the links to the law below here so you can see exactly how he is in contempt of the law. So why is it so expensive? That because defamation cases are expensive, you need someone who specializes in anti-slap law, and like I said, because he doesn't have a lot of money, the burden is on me to provide the money. People have said, why would you do this? Because he doesn't have a lot of money. We can, myself and if anyone else joins, garnish his wages for 25%. Some people believe that this is unfair, that we would get the money if we win. The thing is, I don't see that as unfair because we're the ones that have been slandered and had our reputations harmed because of this. We're the ones that have been put through emotional stress because of this. And we're the ones who have, you know, quit a hobby because of this. And also there's a chance that we won't actually get anything when we win because he may not be able to pay 25%, or because he's going to have to hire a lawyer. We may not see any money. So that's one reason why a lawyer is not going to take it on without a retainer, and another reason why I don't think it's unfair for us to do this. I mean, both of us, or if other people join, will also be contributing some of their own money to this, so I don't see it as unfair. I see it as a way to kind of fight the system and make this a safer community. I put a screenshot in my GoFundMe page from the lawyer who asked for this money. He kind of breaks down exactly what it is. This is what I was quoted by several lawyers. People are asking why I won't reveal his name. It's because you know how this community is. People are crazy. People are going to call him, say weird things, say, you know, weird things about me, because a lot of people are not happy that I'm doing this, or they think I don't have a right to do this. If someone is genuinely interested, I have no problem sharing his name if you send me an email and you're like genuinely like curious, but I don't want to put him at risk and then make him not want to work on the case because so many people are now harassing him because of it. Yeah, as I said, that is a similar figure that I was quoted by at least 4 other lawyers. I have been in contact with 5 lawyers and 1 law student, and everyone kind of tells me the same thing. So I think that should cover everything. If you want to donate, the link is below, and this all goes 100% to lawyer fees. I am not the beneficiary of the account. For many legal reasons, I cannot be the beneficiary of the account, and I'm happy to show proof that the money will be going to a third party. So $15,000 was a rough estimate for the entire case. If it doesn't cost $15,000, then that's what we raise. The money will be divided between an animal sanctuary and a human rights organization. If we don't make it to the time before the statute of limitation runs out, which is, I guess it will be next February, so we have quite a lot of time. But if we, run out of time before that happens, then I will give you guys the option to have your money back or have the money donated between the animal sanctuary and the human rights organization. Oh, and if you are not happy with the fact that I'm raising money because other people have raised money before and things like that, that's absolutely fine. You do not have to donate. If you can't donate, that's also absolutely fine. Nobody's going to make you feel like you're a bad person for not donating, but I would appreciate you sharing this video, sharing the GoFundMe page, sharing it with other people, because I want to emphasize that this is not just about me. This is about the other people that he has slandered and defamed. It is about people who can't sue him because he's been an asshole, but he hasn't done anything necessarily illegal. And it is about making the internet a safer place. I logically know I can never make the internet a fully safe place for everybody, but I can make it a little bit safer, and I can try to hopefully go up against a system that is stacked against smaller YouTubers like us, stacked against people online, and laws need to change. Something needs to change. People need to pay attention, wake up. Police need to take accusations of sexual harassment seriously. People need to actually do something to stop people so that we don't have to resort to paying $15,000 in order to get justice. So that's all I have to say on this, and I will see you guys later. Bye.